I'm on a walk this morning with my dog. Usually I'm sitting in the truck or the car or whatever, but I wanted to take a walk for this one, and specifically because this is a regular spot for me. This is a place I bring my dog to, and we go on walks. But even before I had him, I would come here and I would shoot YouTube videos in that parking lot over there. And that's what I did as a way to build my brand, but also because that's just what I would do anyway. Taking walks and shit, right? Like that's what you do when you're from PA, kind of. You just take walks and hikes and stuff, but it's a pleasant experience. And I've incorporated that into my day, just taking that time, especially with Charlie, to, who's my dog, and to just fucking reflect. But there was a time where I didn't have even the second to do this. And this is a very, very small part of my day. But there was a time where I didn't have even a fucking hour to do this and plus it wouldn't make sense because of the time it is right now. It's like in the morning. It's like 8:30 in the morning. Because I always worked for somebody else. I didn't live life on my own terms. And one of the things that I've always been, particularly interested in and passionate about was bodybuilding. I'm not into it as much as I used to be. I still work out, but my goals have changed a lot. And the biggest thing that drew me to want to not work a 9-to-5 anymore was wanting to be on my own schedule, wanting to live life on my own terms, but still being able to make money, right? Because I always thought, I didn't even care. After a certain point, I was working a bunch of jobs and I was getting paid so little that I didn't even care about the job anymore. I was just like, all right, I need to figure out how to make 6 figures, right? So if I could figure out how to make 6 figures, then I would be happy. I always thought like, if I had an Audi, I used to tell myself that. I say, dude, if I had an Audi though, if I had an Audi A4, my whole life would be different. And now I have the Lamborghini, and there's still times where I'm like, okay, it's not about this. It's not about the material items. Like the material items do not make you happy. They don't at the end of the day. So anyway, I've always been passionate about bodybuilding, and all my friends, I have a lot of friends that are bodybuilders, right? And that are passionate about the sport, and I've always been passionate about it. And it's always been a way to express myself. And I found that a lot of bodybuilders find that to be true, where the bodybuilding helps them really just, it's as simple as it sounds. Just do what the fuck you want to do, right? You feel good because you're building something, literally bodybuilding. And I know that a lot of bodybuilders, because they become so passionate about training and developing their physiques, that they want to find a way to do it at the ultimate level. But the job that you would particularly work, or the jobs or the position that you would particularly be in, would just never pay you that amount of money or give you that amount of freedom. So this is kind of where I've gone down this path of, self-discovery, but also learning what the fuck is out there, right? To make money. So I know that, I notice a lot of bodybuilders and a lot of people that I know that are into fitness, they have like their typical way of, like, this happens for a lot of people that are working out and into fitness, right? They're the same as me. They start working out when they're teenagers, right? They love the sport. They love to work out. They love to eat their meals. They love to fucking train and whatever, take their gear and fucking, I'm gonna go pro and this, that, and the other. And I think it's amazing. And I think that if that's your goal, you should do it. And this is never, and I hope that no one takes this the wrong way, I'm not talking anyone out of doing what they really want to do. If you really want to do, if you have your own idea of success, dude, fucking by all means, I encourage that wholeheartedly. I'm just making this video because I want you guys to consider this, that are on the fence about this and are in a similar position. what a lot of fitness people do is they go, because guys, I've been in the industry. I've met so many people that are, you know, bodybuilders, fitness enthusiasts, personal trainers, you fucking name it. I've met so many people, literally thousands of people in my life, especially with my brand, that are into it, right? So they do the typical route, right? They become personal trainers, or they go, oh, well, I'm going to work at a supplement store, you know, or they just try to get in somewhere at a gym. They try to do something that is involving fitness. And by all means, right? I mean, it's the one thing you're probably the most passionate about if you're a bodybuilder and if your physique shows for it. So by all means, do what the fuck you want to do. I think this is where a lot of people can become conflicted, because it's either you do those jobs, or, you know, when you try to make money in them, which it's like personal training can be hard. Supplement store, it's like you're being paid as like a sales associate and a customer service rep. And then if you think alternatively, right? If you think other jobs like sales, let's say that you're in high ticket sales. I know some bodybuilders that will get in sales, get into like medical sales or car sales, or they're working in an office selling, you know, insurance. Or you have the union guys or the trade guys, where they get paid $200 a year to drive to the city and weld. And you know, so I have a couple buddies that are, you know, they do plumbing, right? So then that's another way to do it. And I think the whole point I'm trying to make here is that as a bodybuilder, just by nature, you're going to find a way to be financially successful just because you're a bodybuilder and you have those traits ingrained into who you are. Like every single one of my clients, they all have a specific trait within them. And it's that desire to want to fully realize their own potential. That's the biggest thing I've noticed is like, yes, you may think it's money. You may think you want things. You may think it's recognition, respect, freedom, all of those things. Like all of those things are for sure valuable, but they're included and they're secondary, I've found, to a bodybuilder, fitness enthusiast, just realizing one's own potential. That's really what it is. So it's like, hey, if 10K a month is your fullest potential, then you'd be good. But, you know, if it's not, then and you make 10K a month and you're like, okay, let's say I make $10,000 a month in a different job that's not into fitness, but it's not my passion, but I'm just like, okay, I just want to make money. I believe that life will give you signals and show you and tell you like, hey, walk this path, walk that path, you know, whatever it may be. And what I've realized is, because of my stubbornness and because I went through this same experience where I'm like, okay, I love bodybuilding, I love fitness. I was like, but it's expensive. It's expensive as fuck. So I was like, dude, holy shit, I need to work all day, every day pretty much if I want to afford this lifestyle. You know, after mommy and daddy stop buying your fucking food and your supplements, and you know, you're paying your own rent and your car insurance, it becomes expensive. Like you have to make 6 figures minimum to really fully optimize your bodybuilding. And there may be people that disagree, and that's only because you're getting by on the skin of your teeth and you know it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, just realize it and put your ego aside. I've been there. I've been that bodybuilder that was 240 pounds with abs with fucking $207 in my bank account. Like I've been there, bro. With a beat up fucking car or no car, but getting all my meals in. And I'm not saying, guys, I don't want you guys to get confused. Do not let your ego fuck you up while watching this video. It's important to do what you really want to do and do what you're passionate about. I think that, you know, I just don't want people to get confused. Like, I'm not talking shit on bodybuilding. I'm not saying competing is bad. I'm not saying any of that. I'm actually saying the opposite. I'm saying hip hip hooray if you fucking found it to be your passion and you want to harness your fullest potential. It's just, you have to make money to do so. And I'm more so want to have a heart to heart with you, like almost enter into a conversation that maybe you're already having in your mind. And it's this. It's like, I believe, especially with this phone that I'm holding right now, there was kind of like this like inclination that I had a few years ago where I believe that because I've always believed that my stubbornness in life and my desire to want to do things out of the ordinary or step out of line in a positive way, that stubbornness always drove me to great things. And what I mean is this, like, I job hopped a lot. I'm 29 years old. I left the 9-to-5, the workforce at like 25, about to turn 26. And I never, you know, I worked a regular job, but I job hopped a lot. Like, I was stubborn as fuck. I mean, I would literally, if I felt like I didn't, you know, a job wasn't paying me what I was worth or giving me the hours or the freedom or the benefits, I would just leave. So you can imagine I'm not, you know, making money while I'm doing this because I'm fucking job hopping, and I'm also not really building hard skills. So then I can't even really take anything to any other place to then build that. So I'm like, okay, I have no skills and I'm just job hopping. So basically, for years, guys, my life was $300 to $500 paychecks every few weeks, sometimes side work, bouncing, trying to coach people on Instagram, selling things, you know, just a lot of stuff. And that was my life for years. That was my life ever since I became like an adult at 18 till 25. That was my life. I just job hopped and I had no skills, and the only thing that I had was bodybuilding and my fitness knowledge. But I talked myself out of it. I had this ego, right? I had this ego like, oh, well, I don't want to be Gabe the fitness coach. I don't want people to look at me like a fitness, which I don't even know why, looking back, I don't know why the fuck I cared so much. It was irrelevant. Like, my life sucked. My financial situation sucked. Nothing was happening in my life. And I essentially needed a way to harness my fullest potential and be fucking successful. And that's when I realized, I go, okay, this is not working out or being laid out the way I thought it would be. As in the opportunity of this, right? My brand and this online business. And it was almost like these opportunities were disguising themselves as setbacks and failures, which that is literally the opportunity. And I've talked about this before, but I started to realize, I was opening my eyes and I was like, damn. I was like, I have this phone. I have the knowledge to get other people in shape. That's pretty much the only thing I can monetize right now, which is the first thing I did when I started making social media content. I've done everything. I've done the GNC, the trying to just be in the fitness industry some way, somehow, training people, right? Then I've done the sales and I did the manual labor, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make money doing this. And I never made as much money or I had as much freedom as when I started this business. And it was there all along. I just had to realize it. And the whole point I'm trying to make, guys, is like, those conversations that you have with yourself, you know, and I know a lot of the people that follow me are bodybuilders and the people that are into fitness. And that's, those are my people at the end of the day, you know. I'm not saying if you're not in shape or don't work out, you don't get it, but it's just, there's a level of understanding that we all have. It's just the way it is. And we relate on it. And I just want to offer you that. If you're having that conversation in your mind, that if you've tried everything and you've been job to job and you feel lost and you feel confused, I want you to just almost accept the fact that you already have everything that you need, like figuratively and literally, like internally and externally, you have everything you need. And I'll give you an example. Externally, it's this phone, guys. I'm telling you, Learn to use your iPhone. Learn to use, as in your camera specifically, in social media. Learn to build a brand. Stop making it about you. Stop making it about finding your passion. Stop making it about people from high school are going to see you. Stop making it about that. You're selfish. You got to stop doing that. That kept me stuck for years, right? That's the reason why. From 18 to 25, I was job hopping because I was selfish. I was like, I can't find my passion. Stupid. I made no money, didn't help anybody, changed nobody's life, not even my own. So put all of that beside you and just listen to it internally to what the conversation is. You know there's more out there for you. Internally, you have all the traits that you've learned from bodybuilding and fitness. And now you just need to use the external tools and express the internal. That's it. It sounds oversimplified. It's actually undersimplified. It's basic. It's really basic. But you're never going to have a full understanding of this until you actually go into it. That's just a conversation I want you to have with yourself. You know, sometimes those moments when you feel defeated and you feel lost and you feel confused, like maybe that's you right now and you just found this video, ends up becoming the reason and the actual like moment where your life changes, you know? And it sounds so drastic, but it really is. It's like, you ever feel like it's like one thing after another and you're like losing everything, and it's just like things are happening that are so fucking weird and you could say seemingly shitty that you don't even know what you're doing? Those are the moments that matter. Because otherwise, when you think you have it all figured out and you're like, oh yeah, I got it in the bag, you don't have these conversations with yourself. There's no resistance. There's no challenge. There's no growth, you know? Yeah, you want to go with the flow, but you don't want to let life just fucking wring you out. You have to have some sort of pushback. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to take everything as a negative too. If it's something bad happens to you, I don't say, you know, or something bad happens to me, excuse me, I don't say, you know, well, fuck this. Like, how can I make it worse? You know what I mean? Like, no one thinks that. But a lot of times people act like that, right? So, like, the specific situation that you're in. And then obviously I'm talking to bodybuilders, fitness people, just because that's just who I help the most, you know? Listen to that conversation that's happening into your head and just consider it, right? Do you feel like you've lost everything and you're at a loss? You're like, fuck, I don't even know what to do. It's like so obvious. Pick up your phone and start serving. Just start giving back on everything that you've learned. And the less you make it about yourself, the more you make it about the bigger picture and fulfilling that ultimate vision. Think about it. I mean, I look at all the videos I've made. Look at my Instagram, the business that I built, the cars. Like, I know it's material, but still, I was fucking working manual labor 4 fucking years ago. How could any of this happen if I was so ground level, just like couldn't see from a bird's eye view? It would have never happened. I had to have that ultimate vision and that stubbornness and the realization that the resistance was actually leading me to clarity. I'm like, oh, I need to understand this. And I won't if it's too easy. If it just comes my way, I'm never gonna fully understand what's happening. So just something to consider, guys. I hope this video helped you. I answer all my DMs on Instagram. No victim.